Good afternoon, Abbotsford residents. I'm Mr. Pelican. I'm running for your mayor of Abbotsford. And we're going to bring the RCMP into Abbotsford on the organization what took place to own Abbotsford City for millions and millions of dollars. I want to make sure that you understand this very clearly. Henry Braun, who was the mayor of Abbotsford, had a son, Darren Braun, in front of him, lifting jobs, pointing his family, collaborating. Today, Abbotsford's neighborhood up here on the McKee project asked me to explain and why they heard a video about what was taking place. They want me to explain. This is the Cooper's Farm, a well-known farm. It was slated to be developed and go to a proper thing, ag research, maybe a track running and everything else. Henry Brown was so desperate to get it into Polygon's hands. This is what he did, so listen clearly, all neighborhoods, listen clearly to politicians. There was such a controversy over it, people signed petitions to have it stopped. With that much weight, Henry knew now there's going to be a problem. The general community, there's too many. So he wanted to play hoosey-foosey with the general community. He went in and changed the dockets. The dockets are the night that it's scheduled for city. He went in on Sunday after church. His own son, Darren Brown, told me, and we followed him and his wife to the city of Abbotsford, where he snuck in and went upstairs to change the dockets. The dockets are this. On your phone, there's an alert what's coming to the city that night so you know to show up or not to show up. Henry went in and pulled it off the phones and off social media so you couldn't see it. And it said with further delay, the Cooper Farm would not be heard on Monday night. That night when it came, Henry Brown put it back on schedule to rush it through over the general community. Vicky Hopes goes and backs Henry Brown up and says there was very little people that showed, so there wasn't a controversy or a fight over it. Henry Brown then blames when he's jacked in the corner because his son told, and he said Peter Sparanese and housekeeper, which is the city lawyer, now accepted big money from Polygon to rush this through over the community, which is insider trading and it's fraud. Henry Brown knew that Abbotsford First, which is the city council's or Ross Siemens' slate, would help him to give him the decision and outvote the other independents over Cooper's Farm like they were on other jobs. In return, here's what Polygon did. They posted Dave Lowen's signs and Abbotsford First signs on this job site when it was being for proposal for development, guaranteeing them, I'll get you in as mayor and council with Ross Siemens, and you give Polygon the illegal criminal activity over Abbotsford residents. This is what Henry was doing with Ron Funka Diverse, and he was loading it. When I learned that information, this was taking advantage of Abbotsford. It was blocking Abbotsford residents. It was also blocking other developers. Henry Brown used the mob, the head of the mob, Abbotsford Police. He called officers that he had personal phone numbers and everything and started threatening me to drop these videos of what these residents were and push them. He was benefiting out of our city. So that the Chief Watts, I only have this question for you and your dumb officers that think they were above the law and were covering for Henry. Why would Henry sneak in on Sunday and change that? Why would a man change that? You know why, Watts? Because he stood to benefit and he stood to gain. And that's why he did that with the development. And he blocked the Abbotsford community. So to Abbotsford neighborhood that's complaining and you wanted my help, when I become mayor, believe me, when I become mayor, no Abbotsford police, no more Mike DeYoungs here, no Ed Fast. This will be ripped from top to bottom with forensic audits and everything to give you your city back and your voice back. And this will go after people like Vicky Hopes, what she was doing. It'll go after Dave Lowen's, and it'll go after Ross Siemens because they stood to benefit. This is why we need the RCMP. So these mayors and these MLA and councilors face jail for insider trading. I'm live. Cooper's Farm, Abbotsford.